Welcome back, family. So I've just been made aware that America has a new craze. We're in love with WEGOVY and Ozempic. These are weight loss drugs. Um, Seeing how 42% of Americans are obese, this thing couldn't come at a better time. It works. Everybody is lining up to get this treatment. So much so that the manufacturers can't keep up with demands. So what is it? It's some would refer to it as a GOP receptor agonist. Some would say GLP-1 receptor agonist. What is a receptor agonist? Well, the agonist is meant to activate the receptors in your body. As this was approved in 2005 for diabetic patients, its main usage was to activate the pancreas to secrete more insulin to keep diabetic patients' blood sugar low. Of course, when the medicine was approved by the FDA, it was done so at micro dosage. Recently, this company has been experimenting with treatment with mega dosage. With these experiments that they were doing, it was found to reduce weight on lab animals. So in 2022, the same drug that was approved for diabetic treatment was approved by the FDA for weight loss. And it works. So a lot of people are online for it. The only thing is, there's no long-term data as to the effects of this amount of this large dosage in human beings. So if you are participating in this, if you are injecting yourself with this, you are the experiment, you are the lab rat. Whatever you go to your doctor and complain to have gotten as a result of using this drug, that's going to be the data to be considered for the future. There's no long-term effect data available right now. So how does this thing work? Like I said, it's a receptor agonist, activates your receptors in your body. Our bodies are filled with receptors. So the way this works for weight loss is it activates the receptors in your brain to trigger you to feel full. So you eat less. In some cases, people experience nausea just at the thought of eating. They're just, again, your brain tells you you're full. Now, the thing with this, to me, it's insulting. That means these pharmaceutical companies think we are so gluttonous that we don't have the capability within ourselves to control our intake. So when you begin this treatment, you're supposed to introduce your body to the smallest dose of a 5-stage program where each month you increase the dosage. You begin and given a month's supply, and again, each month you increase the dosage. The thing that most people don't consider is that once you begin this treatment, you're in here for life. You're hooked for life. Because once you stop, studies show that you will gain all the weight back. On average, people gain the weight back plus 20 pounds. Why is this? Well, because the drug does reduce the size of your fat cells, but it also multiplies your fat cells. So when you go back or come off of the treatment, you have more fat cells to contend with. This is why you gain all the weight back and 20 pounds over. Like I said before, we have receptors throughout our entire body, in our organs, our heart, and scientists do not know the functionality of some of these functions in the organ. They don't know how it works in your kidney. That research hasn't been found. They haven't concluded as to what the functionality of these receptors are in these organs. So again, if you commit to this for a lifetime, what will be the effects after 5 years of usage, 10 years, however long? Are you willing to take that risk? For me, you got to consider this. We all could lose a few pounds, yes. But with this, it not only reduces your fat, but it also eats away at your muscles. It eats away at your connective tissues. There's such a thing called Ozempic face, which actually makes you look older. Why? Because the connective tissues that hold your face together and give you a more youthful appearance are compromised, because this drug is going to eat away at it. It's going to give you Ozempic face, as they say. Would you want that? Would you want a slim body and an old man face? I don't. But more importantly, you need your muscular structure to drive this machine that is your body. And the older you get, the harder it is to build muscle without drugs, that is. Naturally, over 40 years old, you're not going to build muscle. Most people won't, unless you have some kind of supplements that you're taking. So, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people considered this. Everybody's looking for a quick fix. The thing is, when something sounds too good to be true, usually it is. So here's the official website of the manufacturer. And of course, by law, they have to warn you of the risk. And first thing you see, risk of thyroid cell tumors, risk of gallbladder disease, hypoglycemia, acute kidney, which is kidney failure, hypersensitivity, suicidal behavior. I mean, who's lining up for this? Now here's a list of the mild side effects. You've got diarrhea, nausea, constipation, vomiting, fatigue. I mean, shoot. So, this pharmaceutical company that was making a killing selling diabetic treatment has now found a new gold mine. They're using the same drug for a different purpose. One that will net them billions, I'm sure. And again, they were quick to release this, not knowing the long-term effects. They don't care. They know you need it, you want it, and they're going to make a killing selling it to you. I do understand some people do have an issue losing weight, and I sympathize for those who have that issue. But before you begin injecting yourself with some potential poisonous chemical, why don't you just walk, eat less? It sounds easy enough, and I know to some it could be a challenge, but I'm not injecting myself with an unknown substance for anything, not to lose weight. If I'm fat, I'm gonna stay fat. I'm not doing this. What do you think? Are you willing to do this? Would you inject yourself with some mysterious chemicals in order to lose weight? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Get in the comments and leave me your thoughts. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next one.